Good evening, doctors. Thank you so much for testing the Focus Builder app. You'll see that there's been a lot of changes to the app. We've added, you'll see one new exercise in this menu, and there'll soon be another new exercise called the gaze stability, which is really the one that we're most excited about, and that will have some features that have never been available in the current Focus Builder app. So the reason for this video is that you'll find that we've changed a lot of things, and I just wanted to give you an idea of how to navigate through the app, and I'm sure you can all figure it out, but this might make things go a little bit quicker and a little smoother. So let's start off with pursuits, and I'm going to go right into settings. And you'll see that the settings menu is very different than the current one. We're trying to make it more user-friendly, easier to change settings very rapidly. Starting at the top with direction of movement, pretty simple. You just press on the direction that you want to use. So in this case, I'm just going to leave it with a horizontal movement. And also the type of target. Now we've got lots of options in here, and I'm going to select the crosshairs target, and as soon as I hit done, you can see the image of the target that we're going to use. That I think has become my favorite one to use. But you're also going to see other types of images. You can use your own image, where here if you select this one, you can upload your own image and images that are saved in your iPad. Sports sets. Here what you'll have is with each pursuit you're going to have a different one of those 9 images there are going to be within the exercise. Now with the monster set, it'll be one of those 9s as well. With each repetition, each pursuit, you'll have a different monster or different image. So these are little monsters, and I think that in this version, it doesn't work perfectly well, but that'll be fixed with the next update, which you will receive. But my favorite is the crosshairs. Makes it a lot easier to really pinpoint it and keep your eyes focused on that center of the target. Of course, you can change the colors, and you can also change the size. We're going to just pick a medium size here, and the speed. That's pretty self-explanatory. Sinusoidal, off or on. What that means is if you want the target to reverse, so it'll not just go in one direction, but it'll come back to its starting point. Repetitions, continuous. It'll just keep going, and then you can select as many reps as you want, all the way up to 100. Okay, so let's keep it at continuous for now. Initial pause. Now this is a neat feature as well, and we're going to add a 0 second so that there's no pause initially, but this is the amount of time it'll pause before the exercise starts. And at the very end, you have the option to tap, and what that means is it won't start until you tap the screen. Same thing with the final pause. You have those same options. And the start position and end position is at -4. You have -4 all the way to +4. So 0 would be the center of the screen. -4 will be as far left as you can be, all the way on the left side of the screen. +4 will be all the way to the right side of the screen. So this is important to understand, because if I want a pursuit motion to go from the left to the right side, so left side of the screen to the right side of the screen, I have to select a negative number, because all the negatives are on the left and all the positives are on the right. So if I want it to end in the center of the screen, then I put 0. If I want it to end all the way to the right, I'll go to 4, or really anywhere between -4 and 4. So you can make that pursuit small or large. Okay, so let's do 0 for now. and that's what the end result looks like. So now I tap the screen and here it starts. And you'll see that it should stop right in the center of the screen. So there's a lot of features, a lot more customizability, and what we want to do, or what we want to know is, as you use it, if you find any glitches or any problems with it, best thing you could do is to go to your settings and take a screenshot of the problem. To do a screenshot, all you need to do is press the home button and the power button at the same time, and when you release it, it'll take a screenshot just like that of your screen, and it'll put that into your pictures. And you can send that picture, email it to me, or send it to me through email, and give me a description of what kind of problem you found or you had. There are many bugs here. There's a lot of them that we know about already and that we're already working on fixing, and there's lots that we don't know about. So please send as many as you find. So the next thing here is we have the saccades. It's really similar concept, so I'm not going to run through exactly every way you could use this, mostly because it's simple. It's just like the pursuits. The only difference here is at the very bottom you have the option to select overlap or express. Okay, so what that means is with express or gap, it's like the current app. The overlap, you're not going to have the express saccade. The previous image will remain when the new image appears. It'll remain for about a second or so. So amplitude of movement, that is how many saccades you want between your start point and your end point. So let's say I select 3 here. Time interval is the amount of time you want to go by between each saccade. Repetition, let's just do 1 rep here. And initial pause, 1 second is good, and final pause 1 second. So start position and end position. This is important because you want to determine where you want it to start and end. So if it's going, in this case, left to right, we want a negative number on the left, unless you want it to start somewhere to the right of center and end a little bit further. But let's just keep it that way, -2 to 2, and it's going to move 3 times with an express saccade. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, and then the exercise is complete, so it gives you that warning. If you hit complete or done, then you can go back to the settings, and if you want to do a different setting here, let's just go to overlap so you can see what that looks like. This is the overlap saccade. Okay. So obviously express saccades are a little bit faster. It makes it easier. You don't have to defeat that fixation on the previous dot. So I'm sure you can think of scenarios where you might need one versus the other. Okay, so that is the saccades. Now the next one in line is the combination saccades and pursuits. It's really the same thing that we just did, except that in this one you can determine if you want either saccades or pursuits to start first and so on. I'm going to actually skip the saccades to remembered and random because that's not complete. So we're still working on building that one. Anti-saccades, which we do have now, so that's not a new exercise. And the anti-saccade here will give you additional options that are not there currently, and that's the amount of times it'll blink on the right and the left. Currently we have a 7 to 3 or 3 to 7 option. We added a 4 to 6 or 6 to 4. There's the 5 to 5, and there's a 1 to 1. So 1 to 1 will make it so much easier, obviously, for people who have a hard time doing anti-saccades. You can predict which side it's going to go. So that would be the easiest way to do it. 1 Uh, one is one dot, meaning there's only going to be one dot on the screen at a time. So it'll start in the center one will go away, and a side dot will appear. So in this case, it would create an express saccade if you looked at the appearing dot, but in this case, you would want to defeat that with that express component. So let's just keep it at 2 dots here. And time interval 1 second, distance. Okay, here we can actually decide how far apart we want those dots to be, the appearing dots on the periphery. It would be right and left. And that's a personal thing, so let's just say, let's keep it at 2 here. And we can bring those closer or further apart, which is a new feature that was not available before. So in this case, you're looking at the center dot and you want to look in the opposite direction of the appearing dot. And now they're going really fast at 1 second. We can slow them down. Oops, so this is reps, so continuous, we'll leave that here. One thing that we changed is we don't have a timer on here anymore, but instead you can decide how many repetitions you want to have. So we took away the timer and we have the option to select reps instead. Here we've got the go no-go option as well. So what that means is if you get a different target that appears other than the dot that you just saw a second ago, then you would want to maintain fixation on your center dot and not do an anti-saccade. And for these, you know, I like to have bigger images so we could see them there. So I feel like larger is better, and one of the things that we found is that the largest image is not large enough, so it will be bigger. Okay, so there we go. That's for anti-saccades. OPK, still working on that one, but it is functional. Got a few things to add there that'll be pretty simple, but you can have the center fixation dot on or off. So let's keep it off for now, but there's your OPK. You can make it go in any direction you want, and if I want to put a fixation dot in there and just change the direction here, there's your fixation dot right in the center, and that could be very useful. Hemi-stim, actually there are some problems with this one as well. There's a few things that need to be added, but for the most part it is functional. Okay, so not very functional now, but it will be in the next update, which is coming very, very soon. Probably within a day or two you'll get another test flight. And in here, finally, we've got the custom exercise, which have a background and a foreground. So you should be used to that with the current app. There's just some additional features here that have been added. Additional color, we've added brown to the colors. So this is really no different than what we just went over. So if you have any questions, please feel free to email me. I hope this video was helpful. And again, remember to just send me some screenshots and description of the problems that you find. And I, again, thank you so much for your help. This will just help us make this app even better. And that is our goal. Dr. Whitaker and myself, Dr. Noel, are very dedicated to making this the absolute best app for functional neurology that there is, and to continue to improve it and to allow for patients to